Oh no, T Love, you're just fine, baby. I'm just trying to test out some sound. Y'all make sure that coming in, y'all thumbs up. I'm just trying to test out something. Just messing around a little bit. It's no big deal. Don't say you're sorry. I'm glad that you're here to give me some love. How you doing, the real Brooklyn? What's cracking, baby? See, now the sound is not working. This is frustrating.
There's no feeling like it.
If you look around, we're not all so different. We all want a friend we can talk to.
Munchie. I don't know, baby. I'm just listening to some music, checking out the sound. And yeah, you're right.
Some days it feels like it's never gonna stop.
Energy Drink Production.
Right. And it's the devil, right? It's the devil, right? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Yes, ma'am. I'll call you tomorrow. goodness. You said about what? Are you asking me about the dream? Girl, I just had this crazy, crazy ass dream. Like, really crazy. It was really weird. Like, I dreamt about, like, my mom. Like, my mom was, like, she was, like, still in the hospital, but then she had got up and walked around, and then they had said that she was, that she was, that she had passed on, but then, like, she was still moving. Like she was still alive. It was weird. Hey, Rockwell. Okay, y'all can hear me. It was really weird. And then I had a dream, like, and then the dream was like about the ex, and that, like, he, like, picked me up and, like, bit me around my mouth or something. It was weird. It woke me up. It didn't make any sense. Happy Thursday, you guys. I love you. So it woke me up. I was like, let me get on YouTube real quick, because I don't know. It was just freaking weird. And, like, the doctor, like, some weird doctor came in, and, like, you know how they go to, you know, roll the patient over so they can change them or whatever. And I was like, she's still breathing and she's still moving her mouth. Like, she was still alive. And then she started talking. I don't know. It was just strange. But it was good to see my mom. But it was just weird. It was just weird, y'all. How y'all doing this morning? I finally got this stupid Streamlabs to work. I've been trying to get Streamlabs to work for a long time, y'all. For a long time. I don't know why it wasn't working, but I don't know, it just popped on. But yeah, you know, like, you know how a dream feel like so real, you know, like you just gotta wake up. You like, what the flying?
Yeah. Girl, you're right about that pocket. You know you only got
Flying
2
heck
hours
am I
left.
dreaming about? You know what I'm saying? What's up, cool dude, Jayden? What's cracking? Welcome, baby. Welcome to NicoleReloaded and the Insomniacs. Wake up, wake up, wake up! Yo, daddy.
How many?
Who has to go to
Whoa.
work this
Out of
morning
500,000 people.
and go make that shmoney?
Out of 50,000 people. That's bad.
So anyway, have y'all been enjoying the content that I've been the uploads that I've been pumping out? Have you guys been enjoying them? If you got a chance to see them or not. Rockwell said, I had a dream last night to nothing like yours, but we're lucky to still have dreams. Look at you. Saw your mom and your dreams are good. Yeah. It was just weird though, you know?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, you got your hair done looking all fly. Okay, okay. Cool dude, Jaden, what you doing today, boo?
So it's going to show up on the analytics then?
How's the babes? How the babies doing, Rockwell? What you get done to your hair, T-So Love? We love us some T-Love around here. And Rockwell K1 in the building. In the building. But I hope that you guys enjoyed the uploads and stuff that I've been putting out. If y'all ain't into them, you know what I'm saying, just let me know, and I'll try something different. Just trying to do something different, give y'all something to sit back and watch. I really, really wanted y'all to watch that coronavirus video and share it out. It's really important that people get the news and the knowledge in regards to this serious and fungal disease, okay? It has hit the United States. It's in 5 different states: Arizona, California.
Yeah, you know what I'm worried about. I get social security. I didn't work. I know that I SSI. I believe. Yeah. But the check ain't even that much. It's only like $180, I think. It might not even be that much. That's ridiculous. I'm like, yeah, man, that's still even enough to pay the internet bill. But then the thing is, wait, hold on, hold on. Hold on. I don't know why the sound stopped. Hold on. Don't say nothing. Why the sound
From somebody who has a relative.
Oh, okay.
It says the corona virus cure, HIV drugs could be be a light in the tunnel for the virus infection. Okay, let me play this for y'all. Oh, it's got a commercial on it.
People a year get their cash back matched. What are you waiting for? Unlimited cash back match, only from Discover.
Above all else, then it's cost me 500 quid.
Oh yeah, the virus has made it to London too. It says the deadly novel coronavirus strain has killed at least 170 people, with more than 7,700 infections in China and worldwide, as Chinese health officials scramble to prevent the outbreak of a global epidemic. Researchers are looking at a readily available drug to combat the pathogen. Okay, so y'all please stock up on water and get y'all some food, get some masks, antibacterial, and get y'all a bunch of sanitizer. Please go stack up on some water, and do not eat any Chinese food. I repeat, do not eat no Chinese food. Okay, did y'all see that video though that I just did on the coronavirus? Did you see at the end where the lady was eating bat soup? What is wrong with these people? I mean, no offense to Chinese people, I love all people, but I just wonder, why do they eat such very strange things when they're available to regular food sources? Like, why in the world would you want to eat a bat? It's a flying rat. Like, it's disgusting, and they eating it raw. Why would you want to eat a rat like Dracula? No, no, you didn't ate that mess, and in a snake then ate a bat, and then somebody ate snake and bat soup, and then now you got one person sick, and because it's airborne, you know what I'm saying? And it can be in your system for almost 14 days before you get sick. And it's like,
You don't even know you sick. You probably feel like you got the allergies and you sneezing, and this coronavirus can get through your eyes, the pores on your skin, and everything. So I just suggest to people, if they don't get this under control, if you can afford to, please go stack up on several cases of water. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, get you some masks. Bleach can't even kill this infection. Get you some antibacterial soap, some disinfectant spray, you know. It says one such cure could come in the form of, I think it's lopinavir and ritonavir, two anti-HIV drugs used to target specific enzymes in the body. Dr. Ernest Kushner from the Warsaw Medical University in Poland said the drug could offer a breakthrough in a coronavirus epidemic. He told the Polish press agency PAP antiviral drugs used in HIV infections are a light at the end of the tunnel. However, the epidemiologist said that clinical trials involving the coronavirus, patients will first need to access their effectiveness. The anti-HIV drugs targets specific enzymes in the body that both HIV and the coronavirus uses to replicate themselves. So this thing, good morning, number one SP, welcome baby. So it says, what is the coronavirus, okay? The coronavirus is mapped. How ready is UK for the epidemic? So it didn't hit the, it didn't hit London, y'all. Okay, the coronaviruses are a large family of viruses that cause illnesses ranging from the common cold to more severe disease like pneumonia, MERS, and SARS. Severe symptoms, high fever, 104 or higher, pneumonia, kidney failure, and death. Transmission, coughs or sneezing from infected person or touching contaminated objects. Common symptoms, fever. After 2 to 7 days, develop a dry cough. Mild breathing difficulties at the outset. Gastro issues, diarrhea, and general body aches. The deadly viral infection targets the enzyme proteins which they use to slash proteins in the processing of replicating. That is what the HIV drug can do, okay? Because the drug is, not the drug, I'm sorry. The virus is mutating, it's multiplying inside the body over and over and over again. You got people down in China that is passing out. When you guys get a chance, please watch that video that I did. I tried to put it together as best that I could to educate you guys so you can have some knowledge, you know, and share it. It would be truly appreciative. I drink water regularly since at NicoleReloaded. Good, good. But they were saying that we should stock up on water. Because this disease that hit the United States, and if they can't get it under control, God forbid, we could be facing a pandemic. And then the thing is, too, it's zoophilia, which means that it's transferable through animals. Here, y'all, listen.
Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green. You're watching AMTV Alternative Media Television. Please share this video virally, pun not intended, across your social media networks. I think this will be the biggest story in the world in the next few days as this progresses and this outbreak is spreading worldwide. Of course, we warned about the coronavirus, no, not the beer, the actual virus that is airborne has already infected thousands like the Black Plague of generations past, and people are dying in the streets. In fact, if this is accurate, I'm looking at a tweet right now from Max who says this: people are literally dying on the streets of China. 20 million people across 4 major cities on lockdown in a complete martial law FEMA camp scenario. They are not allowed to get on trains, board airplanes. They've been alerted not to go into city centers. Don't go shopping, standing in line at hospitals as people collapse and die in the streets. Now, this is spread across the globe. We had the first confirmed case in the United States just about a day ago. And of course, this has moved, I think, also in Washington State. And we are seeing this progress in not just places like Australia, parts of Asia, Singapore, Europe, now in 11 countries, and more, spreading by the second at an unprecedented rate. At the same time, the World Health Organization is considering an upgrade to a level 3 threat assessment. Now, we are currently at level 2. Now, keep in mind, when we get to level 3, we're talking martial law in the United States of America. By the way, gas masks are selling out on Amazon. I checked earlier this morning. They were sold out on 9 out of 10 suppliers I checked with. I actually ordered some more of them. You should have all this stuff on hand, by the way. I mean, why would you not prepare? I've been telling you to prepare for years now as a part of geopolitical conflict, events like this, deadly disease, potential nuclear warfare, the list goes on and on and on. Now, the WHO director just said that each country is on its own. And then they tell you, they give you the advice to wash your hands.
The coronavirus is has hit Clark County,
says. So let's just break down the symptoms and how to
Yep,
diagnose
Clark
if you have
County.
been infected with
That's
this
Nevada.
disease in the
Las
same
Vegas.
family and virus strain family.
No, it hit Las Vegas. I don't
What
think
I've
it hit
read
Georgia
as
yet.
SARS, and then we'll get into the origin of where they think this has come
Yeah,
from, and
but
then we'll delve into
the
some
video
things that I
that I
think,
did about the,
well, it probably will be eye-opening for a lot of you, because this plays into not just climate change, but also the agenda of people like Bill Gates that, of course, are pro-vaccination and stand to profit in the billions and billions by providing the solution to the Black Death that has just been released to the public. Isn't that convenient? I think it will also be harnessed and utilized as a weapon of not just psychological and physical warfare, but fear, as the mainstream media is going to pump this threat level to such a high degree, it could potentially send not just Americans here in the United States of America into a panic, and what we're already seeing all around the world, an absolute frenzy. In addition to that, Wall Street is warning, indicators on Wall Street. Dow selling off today quite aggressively. We saw this with the SARS outbreak years ago. This could be the recipe for a total economic shutdown, so to speak, as people stop spending money, stop visiting Disneyland, stop going to the mall, because they don't want to get sick. Now, what's very, very dangerous about these symptoms and diagnosis is it's very similar to the general flu. So those getting it and dropping dead in the streets of China don't know if they just have a typical flu.
You know, where I be like, where I don't breathe. Basically, you a bitch ass, sorry ass, punk ass, bitch ass, sorry ass, your daddy don't like you. Like, it just go for like a minute. She did that. Bitch, why you on my channel? And
million people, as the Chinese are downplaying the severity, I believe, of this emergency. Now look, I don't trust governments anywhere. I especially don't trust the tyrannical government of China, the same government that beats its pro-democracy, liberty-loving protesters with American flags. In Hong Kong, this is a tyrannical surveillance state regime, and that's who they are. So when they're downplaying this outbreak risk that they say might come from snakes, or might come from bats, or might come from farm animals and these kinds of things, if they say only 1,000 people are infected, then we know 10,000 people are infected. If they say 10,000 people are affected, which are some of the numbers coming now, that means 1 million people are infected. That means they haven't been able to contain this. And I think this could be the largest cover-up we have ever witnessed in history of AMTV, history of the internet, and again, I believe this to be a viral, not just infection, but story breaking out worldwide. Here are the common symptoms of the coronavirus, including types 229E, NL63, OC43, and HK01, usually cause mild to moderate upper respiratory tract illnesses like the common cold. Most people get infected with these viruses at some point in their lives. These illnesses usually last for a short amount of time. Symptoms may include, so check your symptoms to see if it matches any of these: runny nose, headache, cough, sore throat, fever, a general feeling of being unwell. well. Now, because these general symptoms are so benign and similar to some of the other general symptom and responses of a typical person, a healthy person's immune system, it's very difficult to tell who and who does not have this deadly virus. And we are seeing some pretty dramatic images right now. In fact, I'm watching something on Twitter here from Corona at Bori35, hashtag coronavirus outbreak. There's 31,000 tweets on this right now. Again, social media doesn't lie, folks. They'll make this up. It's not fake news that 20 million people are in quarantine. It's not fake news looking at these images with your own eyes, people dropping dead in the streets, people wearing and selling out gas masks in Wuhan. Now, here we have, this is from somebody who has a relative in Wuhan, one of the 5 hospitals waiting in line to get checked, where we see the masses here. And I don't know if this is a smart idea. I don't think it is, folks. Why would you go to the hospital once you're already sick, only to increase your chances of actually contracting the contagious, deadly disease? Now, keep in mind, Bill Gates has warned for a very long time, these are not my words, that he thinks a coming virulent disease and outbreak could kill 30+ million people within 6 months, and says we should prepare for it as we do for war. Here we have an image of Bill Gates, who has also invested billions of dollars into vaccination programs and vaccine-type related awareness, and companies that stand to profit, follow the money, in the billions of dollars by providing the solution to the Black Death. Now, there is some speculation, this is to be confirmed, and I will tell you that when it's just speculation, that a Chinese lab that studies the, quote, world's most dangerous pathogens is based in Wuhan. And potentially, they could have let this virus out on accident, or, call me a conspiracy theorist, maybe intentionally. Now, of course, governments around the world have done this before, where they willfully inject syphilis, in one example with the Tuskegee example here in the United States of America in the 1930s, where they actually rounded up a bunch of black African-American men here in the United States, injected them with syphilis so they could study the virulent, damaging, and deforming effects of that disease. We've seen this with many different government CIA-led operations. We saw this in the 1970s, and we certainly saw it with the Tuskegee experiment. Now, this has all been declassified. This is all hardcore facts, and you need to wake up to this. I have a corroborating article, another one here. Bill Gates funds seawater cloud seeding. Chemtrails, the most benign form of geoengineering. Chemtrails used to be a conspiracy. You know, the trails at the airplanes, the government planes only, not the Boeing 747s and commercial jets. You'll notice this one. They're at similar altitudes, the same part of day. We watch them here in Arizona all the time. I take video and photographs all the time. You'll have 2, 3 different planes in the sky, same altitude, during the same day, at the same time, but only the government planes will be spraying barium, bromide, other cancerous, toxic chemicals as they spray you like a bug. Now, people want to ask, where does this stuff come from? Why are people getting sick? Why do they have respiratory illnesses? Now, this is what the elites tell you why they're doing this. They say that they're attempting to block out UV-related sunlight so that it plays into the whole global warming, protect the earth, make sure that the ice caps don't melt theory, which is all it is, a theory. We've been having ice ages for thousands and thousands of years, pre-carbon emissions, pre-Learjets, pre-cars, pre-automobiles, pre-7 billion plus population. We had ice ages then, and we'll certainly have ice ages again, which is exactly why they've changed the semantics of the term global warming to climate change. Because we're not warming, we're actually cooling. In fact, we're shivering here in Arizona, in Scottsdale right now, while they admit that they're geoengineering our skies. Now, here's an article from Bill Gates, actually from a while ago, because it's been going on for years, from 2010. Bill Gates funds seawater cloud seeding, the most benign form of geoengineering. He's getting very serious about it. Back in January, after the failure of governments at the Copenhagen Climate Change Summit to do anything serious, the billionaire former head of Microsoft announced he's giving nearly $5 million of his fortune to fund research into geoengineering projects. Recently announced his first concrete foray into the field, giving $300,000 to the project that would spray seawater into the sky. Now, there's this method. There's also the method of spraying chemicals by government planes to cover in a milky goo the blue, beautiful sky, and that's why you're having respiratory problems. We have it here all the time. It's gotten worse in Arizona in recent years. And then they blame things like pollution and stuff coming from California. It's absolutely ridiculous. I always say this, folks. Trust your own eyes. Understand, almost like we're on a petri dish, right? Almost like we're in that movie where there's a dome top and a flat earth. They are spraying and blanketing our beautiful, amazing, godly created skies with toxic chemicals. We also have, this is breaking right now from Fox 5 News, an LAX passenger has just been quarantined. This is breaking live right now after showing potential coronavirus symptoms. So here are the facts. We have flu-like symptoms breaking out around the world. We have tens of thousands of people right now infected with this deadly SARS family-like strain. Symptoms, according to the CDC, which act much like the common flu or cold, so you don't really know if you have it. Billionaires like Bill Gates fear-mongering and warning you tuning in for years that 30-plus million people could die on the spot in less than 6 months, and we need to treat it as an act of war. Now, infected people seen dead in the streets in quarantined Chinese virus city. Here I have another corroborating report in Wuhan. Of course, the lockdown of 20 million plus people in 4 cities and growing has been branded a zombie land apocalypse by frantic locals after Chinese authorities told residents they are not allowed to leave yesterday morning. Pictures from inside the city paint an apocalyptic picture as medics patrol in hazmat suits and gas masks. In an upload direct from Wuhan, a man can be seen lying unresponsive on the floor as concerned individuals look on, purportedly dead. U.S. coronavirus. Washington state medics monitor 16 people who came into contact with the U.S. coronavirus patient 0. A second suspected victim is hospitalized after arriving at LAX from Mexico City. Again, my opinion, massive cover-up. You're not being told the truth. Millions of people on lockdown in China right now. A declaration, essentially, of martial law. Forced quarantine, and really the equivalent of a FEMA camp in action. Airplanes being sanitized. Government workers with gas masks and running through ports of entry right now, not just into the United States, but also European nations. So here's a question. Is this an organic viral outbreak that you tuning in should take seriously? Or is it just all fake news and, you know, it's just a lie that they shut down 20 million people in China? And is this an organic outbreak that naturally occurred as a natural event? Or could it perhaps be a biochemical terror weapon, bioweapon potentially unloaded and unleashed onto the American and global population for what the elites have told us they've always intended? Population controls. Again, this ties into climate change, taxing the air you breathe. You know, I was thinking about earlier, what a fantastic year it's been so far. In 2020, we had the Iran missile attack as they launched missiles at U.S. bases in the Middle East and almost the outbreak of World War III. Now an actual viral outbreak. Australia literally burning itself to the ground right now. And not to mention, I think this is going to tie in a significant way to the U.S. stock market and economic calamity on the horizon. Again, if the dumbed-down propaganda ingesting, Kool-Aid drinking masses, cows that have been indoctrinated by the institutions around the world, educational systems, and of course the mass mind control psychedelic agenda. If this is anything what I think it potentially could be, this could be the most significant event we are laying witness to right now of biblical proportions that could only be described as an event from and really prophesized in the holy book itself. I'm Christopher Green. Please be prepared. Take this moment to share this video with your loved ones, the people that you love and care about in your communities. Post this on Facebook, rip it on YouTube and Twitter. Take action because they're going to cover up this video. They don't want the truth to get out. They're going to cover it up until millions of people are dead. Because that's how the government works, folks. They lie to you. And the mainstream media, and certainly your government, cannot be trusted. So take action today. Get these facts out to the world. And understand, this is an emergency alert brought to you by AMTV, Alternative Media Television. Hard-hitting and in your face, I'm Christopher Green, I love you, and Jesus Christ is King.
Amen. You heard what he said. Jesus Christ is King. You better give your life over to the Lord Jesus Christ, Yahshua HaMashiach, okay? That died on the cross and rose again on the third day, that Jesus is the Son of God, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Hand your life over to the Father. Trust in him. He shall see us through. We have to stick together, you guys. We have to unify. We have to unify and provide each other with knowledge and wisdom and understanding and prayer. We really do. And, you know, it makes me really, really, you know, concerned, especially about there's a lot of transgender.
You know, basically had signed off on my hormones, so I was already developing my breast.
He's going to be forced to take these hormones, and he just left me high and dry with.
I guess that he looked feminine when he was young, and people would make fun of him, saying that you should have been born a girl, you should be born a girl, you should be born a girl. Due to harassment and bullying, Jeffrey decided to transition into, I believe it's a female. He had a lot of facial injuries. He was bullied, and he's dealing with severe regret that he wished that he would have never did what he did, okay? This is a story that needs to be told. I want us to continue this conversation. I know that it was deep. We did the best that we could. Tara, was you able to make out the audio in any given way? Atech Stall is still here, baby. Come on, mama. All right. Can you read what Atech said, sis?
I heard some of it.
Was any of it able, were you, now, anybody that listens on the replay during that part, all you have to do is just hit the three dots and go slow the video down, and you'll be able to understand what Jeffrey's story, ex-transgender with regret. And the numbers don't lie. But go ahead, sis. Aztec said something to you, baby. Thank you, Aztec, for being here with.
Hey, Chopper Doll, how you doing, baby? I'm just testing the sound, babe. Trying to figure out where the crackling is coming from, boo. I'm not doing too much. Just checking the sound, running some previous videos. You know, YouTube ain't giving me my darn numbers, man. Since we had a 12, not 12K, but 1,200 and some people in the chat, and then when the video closed, we only get 393. I mean, we got 51 likes. I don't know. I think this is really strange. Like, how did I have all those people in the chat and it's not connecting? So I'm just playing around with the sound, trying to figure out, you know, how everything is going. I love you, Chopper Dog. Don't you gotta go to work, babe? We love you, baby. I hope that you subscribed. You're a part of the family now.
And you can if you feel free to call in, that'll be appreciated.
Oh, we got somebody. Wait a minute, we got somebody. Anonymous, go ahead.
See, where is it breaking up at like that?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How you doing? Where are you calling from, babe?
I'm calling from Akron, Ohio. My name is Chance.
How are you doing, Chance?
Oh, hi. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing awesome. Are you enjoying the commentary?
Yes, I just tuned in roughly 10 or 15 minutes ago, and I heard that the hot button issue was transgender and gender dysmorphia.
Yes.
Right. All right. Well, a close friend of mine, an ex-manager, is currently struggling with his sexuality. He is a cross-dresser, and it is causing tremendous disarray accidentally fathered a baby at a musical event, and he doesn't want to take responsibility for it because it conflicts with his gender identity.
Wow.
Yes.
May I ask you how old is he?
I believe he is late 30s.
Late 30s. Is okay, so you said okay, so cross-dresser, so he is does he identify as a male?
He does in public, but behind closed doors, he likes to put on a red wig and makeup and do all sorts of freaky deaky stuff.
Freaky deaky, huh?
Yes.
So this is a friend of yours.
Something like that, yes.
So what do you think? I mean, share, this is a very sensitive topic, let's just be careful with the words that we use. We don't want to, disrespect anybody or whatever, but please share your opinion from, you viewing your friend.
Okay, well, if you want to prance around, and I say that respectfully, as a woman, you shouldn't be fathering babies. If you do, you should just accept that you're the father. Take responsibility for it. I understand that it conflicts with what you identify as, but that doesn't change what happened.
Well, is your friend taking any form of hormones?
He might.
Wow. Well, what do you think about these puberty blockers, giving it to children that are, the age of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16? What do you think about the puberty blockers, Chance?
I think you should leave my kid's name out of your mouth. They're my kids.
Mm-hmm. How many children do you have, Chance, if you don't mind me asking?
I have a daughter, Leah, and a son, Elliot.
Well, God bless you and your children, Chance. I really appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts.
I have a question for Chance. Chance, you said that your friend earlier on, or you said earlier on that this was your friend and he dresses in drag and he fathers a child and doesn't want to take responsibility for the child. And if he does dress up in drag and everything, and do whatever actions that he did as far as being the child, he should take responsibility for it.
Come closer, Tara.
Huh?
Come closer to the mic, please.
Okay. Can you hear me, Jan? Yep. Okay, my question to you is, because to me it sounds like it's an underlying issue there for you. So is there an underlying issue there for you when it comes down to him? Sexuality is what I'm saying. Okay.
His lifestyle makes me a little uneasy because my girlfriend and the mother of my kids has a history with cross-dressers. I believe that she co-authored a book with one and she ran around with my baby to eating hotels, smoke crack cocaine with these people. So I just don't trust it very much.
Wow.
Okay.
I know that might not be very PC, but it seems like, at least in the case of this, my ex-manager, he has real issues. And I understand your sexuality is what it is, but it doesn't allow you to skirt, no pun intended, responsibility for what you created.
Right. Okay, I just wanted to ask you that question because to me it sounds like you have some kind of you know what I mean?
Well, it could be so. I mean, he left me out in the lurch. We had a very promising business arrangement, and he just left me high and dry with my, you-know-what, in my hand. And he has basically ruined my career because of it.
Wow. Okay, so now I see where this anger stems from. But do you think that since we're on that
And I'm sorry,
You feel
Chance.
me? And
I'm
just
sorry,
gonna ask you
Chance.
this.
I'm very sorry.
Due to having a topic here, do you think that hormonal injections or different things like that would be something that a 7-year-old child would naturally look into, or do you think that that's something that's pushed on them by the adult decision?
Whether my daughter Leah Mari, likes it or not, he's going to be forced to take these hormonal injections. It seems right for her. I hear there's a lot.
Which one, Doll, you said Nicole earlier, you girls played a video from Fox News about hormone blockers. Fox News is very Christian based. They're not a reliable source. Okay, sis, that's why I'm playing it back and trying to check the sound out, and cause they want a part two and they want it quick. So I'm trying to figure out where the static is coming from, and so I can make it better.
Mixed martial artists these days who were born as men and then transition into women and have the upper hand, and they just clobber the shit out of their opponents.
Mm-hmm. I see that a lot with the wrestling nowadays. Yeah.
So you said, okay, wait, Chance. So you agree with your daughter taking hormone blockers?
Anything that helps her get an edge on the competition.
Whoa!
Wow,
Wait,
yeah.
hold on.
And that's a
See?
man's point of view.
And that okay. Wait. Hold on. So is your daughter Leah transitioning into a male?
My daughter Leah Marie is actually a man, but we've given her a girl's name, and we are applying her with all sorts of chemicals to obtain an advantage and get her a scholarship, and ultimately, hopefully, a women's UFC contract.
Well, that's awesome. I would love Chance, hold on, Tara. I would love for you, Chance, to email me, so I can, if you will allow me to, with all due respect, to follow her story.
Oh, absolutely, I will. I will definitely do that.
So I would love to, be a part, to be a part of that, because, the more you know, the further you go, Closed mouths don't get fed, all these metaphors, but how, now with the hormone blockers, will she be able to have children?
I don't care about
Okay,
any of it.
so, see, now let me ask you that. Do you think part of you agreeing with the decision in regards to her transitioning from male to female, you said for her to have the advantage, do you think part of that is a part of you too as well? Are you being selfish?
I'm just a 5-foot-tall man with secrets. I'm going to be honest with you. I was picked on a lot. And it might be my way of comeuppance.
Do you see what I told? What did I say earlier, Tara? I told Mona that. I've talked to a lot of people, and I'm not here to judge you, my brother. I really, really appreciate. We have another caller. Hold on, restricted caller. I'm gonna put you on mute. Do not hang up. Chance, go ahead and give your last closing thoughts. If you want to stay on the line, we're gonna let the restricted caller come on.
Keep my kid's name out of your mouth.
Who is talking about your kid? Is somebody on here talking about your kid, babe?
Guess what? I've had it.
Well, you heard Chance. Keep Chance's kid out of your mouth and leave Chance's kid alone. All right? All right, restricted caller. No profanity. Go ahead and speak. Go ahead and introduce yourself, restricted caller.
Hey, Nicole. Hey, I was just calling in because it seems like a lot of people don't have information on hormone blockers. Basically, hormone blockers are there so that the child doesn't go through puberty. It doesn't have any effect. It basically helps the child to be able to grow up as a child and not start going through puberty. Like most children start going through puberty by the age of 10 or 11 because of all the chemicals that are in food. You know, most children grow up really fast. You have kids that are 10 years old that are already growing a beard, girls that are already going through their period at the age of 9. And it's also because of food consumption that you have.
I agree with that. I do agree that the food consumption and plastic and so on and so forth, microwaving and stuff like that does have an effect on male and female. I do agree with that. Where are you calling from, beautiful?
Los Angeles.
What you doing, daughter? I'm in Vegas, babe.
Enjoying the sun.
Okay, what's your name, beautiful?
I just want to keep that anonymous.
Okay, are you new over here on my channel? Have you ever been over here?
I've been a couple of times, but I've been in the bushes.
Oh, see, why y'all bush people be doing me like that? At least say, bitch, I'm in the bushes. I don't know, so
This topic, it makes me come out because I needed to put in because I hear all these people talking about all these negative things, and, you know, it's time for people to start letting everybody know exactly the traumas that most women that are transsexuals or are trying to go through the whole thing. So by people just taking hormone blockers, it allows you to reach a certain age.
Okay.
You're able to turn around and do your transition. So during this whole time, your child has to be going to therapy and has to be seeing a doctor.
Right.
The doctor evaluates your child so that they can basically feel and see. And the doctor does not push on you becoming a transsexual, and your parents do not push on you becoming a transsexual. Parents basically help their child by being able to understand how they feel. A lot of people, like the person you were reading about, his story was basically from people just basically telling him that he looked like a woman.
Right.
There's other cases where there's children that have been molested by a family member,
Yeah.
a friend, and that's where they start to doubt. But there's actually children that are born with the whole thing of feeling that they were born in the wrong body. So
I do believe that, babe.
This allows children to turn around and sort of save themselves till they get to the age of 16, 17. And from there on, then they're able to decide whether or not they want to proceed with the whole blocking of their with the whole hormone intaking. And before you even take hormones, there's doctors that make you sign a document stating that once you are on hormones, you are unfertile and you are not going to be able to have children.
But hold on, baby.
When I was 17 years old.
Are you transgender?
Yes, I am.
Can you? I mean, I don't want to be evasive, and I love you. Please hit me up on Instagram. I need people like you over here. You already been over here, and it's just a pleasure. I'm giving you a big old. You know, I got some big old titties, so I'm giving you a big old hug, heart to heart. Okay, I love you.
With my big titties, too, girl.
Girl, we gonna go boom boom. Your titties probably sit up better than mine. Shit, they sagging, girl. All these kids out in there. Okay, but
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
But you know I'm the question girl.
It's okay. That's the way.
Would you have chosen to have hormonal blockers as a child?
I would have, but the option for me was not there because my parents didn't support it. My father was a total man that he would beat me. He would beat me because he wanted me to like women. He would beat me because I looked at another boy. I mean, there was a conspiracy that I was supposedly messing around with one of the neighbor boys, and my dad beat me in front of the boy.
oh my God, you're gonna make me cry. Oh no.
A lot of people, when they turn around and they judge, they don't realize what's the whole background with the whole thing. Till this day, I still have no acceptance from my father, but my mother loves me, and she was fully supportive of me, even though she didn't go through the whole procedure as her helping me to like take testosterone to take blockers for my testosterone. She was always there to help me and to tell me that she loved me and she accepted me.
See, that's what I gotta figure out. Why is the
We're not
sound?
telling you to put on a dress on us or to buy us girl toys. All we want is to have love from somebody. And a lot of
Well, how do you think that would affect your body nowadays? Do you think that your bones would be structured the same way? Would you be as healthy as you are now as you took them at the age of 7?
I think if I would have taken them at the age of 7, are you talking about the hormones or the testosterone blockers?
Right, those are two different those are two different they're two different things.
Testosterone blockers are what I'm saying.
Oh, well, it's actually the blockers for both. It's for female hormones and also for
Male hormones,
right.
right.
Women that transition. So it's the same thing. So basically,
Right,
you just have
puberty blockers is what I'm saying.
yeah, you would just have a longer time as a kid, and you would have a little bit more time to sort of develop better than if you start developing sooner. Because as a woman, I'm sure that once you start menstruating, you start losing your eggs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So
anonymous.
basically, if I was transitioning from a woman to a man, that means that I would basically be saving, I guess, my eggs and not having my period so early.
Well, I was just,
And it's the same for men, so I'm pretty sure that, their whole stamina of having sex would probably last a little bit longer as they get older compared to them basically having to take Viagra.
Well, hell, I need some of those now because I'm
What?
trying not to hit 70 so fast.
Oh Lord Jesus. Girl, shut up.
Who said that? Okay, well I'm gonna put you on speaker and let you speak. Everybody has, different of opinions, but I want, please try your best. Don't use any profanity. I told you that I would give you the floor and let you speak. I was just running the video back to hear the sound live to figure out where what I'm trying to do. It's hard when you only have so much money. But okay, I'm gonna put you on speaker. All right, we got Chances called in. I was testing the previous live that we did. We were talking about puberty blockers for transgender children. And Chance was one of the callers that called in, and he has some things that he would like to express. Go ahead, Chance.
Yes. Well, thank you. Personally, when you look at great sports parents over the years, I would say two come to mind. The father of the Williams sisters, and probably Tiger Woods' dad. Basically, what I'm doing is I am setting my children up to succeed at a young age by giving them hormone blockers. My daughter Leah, who was born a male, but identifies as a woman, despite being 3 years old, and my son Ellie, who was born a woman, and we are raising as a man. Now, I previously talked about Leah fighting in the UFC, but I would also like to talk about Ellie. We plan on raising this young boy who has female genitalia as a gymnast. And, personally, I believe that she'll have upper hand against the male gymnast. She'll be able to, he will be able to hang on the bars longer. And ultimately, I think that they're going to have a natural edge.
Do you think that's fair though, Chance?
I mean, fair. They say all is fair in love and war.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I love money, and UFC mixed martial arts is definitely war. So I'm putting them in a position to succeed, and hopefully I'll be able to reap the rewards from them.
Wow. That's really, really deep. Well, is there anything that you would like to, share with the people about what your stance is in regards to your whole situation with your family?
Yeah. And first off, I should say that these biologically aren't my kids. I actually haven't intimate with the mother, but home and nurturing the children.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been with the mother?
Maybe like a few months, thereabouts. I think late October.
Oh, okay. So what is that? About four months.
Yeah, thereabouts.
Are you gonna marry her?
I'm hoping. I'm hoping to.
You sound like you're in love, Chance. Are you in love?
I am in love, but at times she doesn't treat me very well.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Chance. Well, you know Valentine's Day is coming up. Why don't you guys go get like a massage or something together and you know, give her a nice pretty card and tell her how you feel.
Nicole, I'm gonna be honest with you. She kind of scares me a little bit sometimes. I mean, she'll hit me and kick me and spit on me and call me names. She's much bigger than I am.
Oh, wow, that's not nice, Chance. You don't deserve to be abused.
I would agree. Sometimes she just gets pretty, let's say, intoxicated, and sometimes she takes out on me when we're trying to repair things. But it's hard sometimes. At the end of the day, though, she has nowhere else to go, so we're kind of stuck with each other until save up a little money, which I don't think is going to happen with her drug habit. So I'm kind of banking on her inability to save up a few bucks, because I've seen her talking to other guys. I'm not a very good looking guy. I know this. I'm just a little man. I have weak wrists. I have health problems, and she lets me know it every day. But I love her. I love her, Nicole.
Oh, you sound so sweet. You said, but I love her. Oh, now you're being honest with me now. You're not, you know, making this a game now, are you?
You can look me up. I'm a real person. My name's Chance Wilkins. I'm in Akron, Ohio. I'm a fledgling dubstep artist. I'm also an author of a Forza 5 book, which is not been selling so great. I live with my mother. Guess I really don't have a lot to offer beyond the shelter. And it feels that way sometimes, but I just can't help but love this one, Cole.
Yeah.
Can't help.
Well, does she love you?
Hard to say.
I mean, well, you sound like you're really in deep with her, and the kids. So both of her children are transgender?
Yes, they're being raised as transgender.
What are the odds of that, Chance?
Well, the odds of being raised as transgender, I guess pretty high when you have control over them. And it's not my idea. I don't think it's right. I really don't. But she believes they're going to be her meal ticket, and I just go along with whatever she says.
Really?
She's a disturbed woman sometimes, but that's why I care for her.
Have you thought about getting relationship counseling or therapy?
I've brought it up.
Your wife was in the chat. Chopper Doll said.
No, I saw her there. Sapphire. Her real name's Heather. She doesn't like to talk about this, but sometimes she'll spit at me and kick me and say that it's not my business. I'm actually outside right now, going for a walk. But it's not. I don't think it's right. I really, at times, I question if it's right to be raising girls as boys or to win gymnast contests.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What do you think about it? I think it's pretty.
I mean, you know what, Chance? This is mind blowing for me. I mean, Chopper Doll said she was going to give us a piece of her mind. I mean, look, I got the channel. I opened up the conversation. Nobody meant to disrespect her. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. She's more than welcome to call in if she got something to say, long as she's not disrespectful. you know.
Okay, I mean, I'm taking a walk around the block right now. She's pretty upset that you brought this up. Yeah, I'm a little fearful for
How
your
did she?
safety, but when I get back, I'll try giving her the phone. Hopefully she doesn't get too angry. Can I have her call in?
Yeah, she can. Yeah, yeah.
A bad night, it's a rough night. She was really not happy about it, but you do this on a daily basis?
Well, I mean, this is just, I mean, this subject that we've discussed has, you know, struck a chord with a lot of people. I was gonna do a part 2 and a part 3. I was, like I told you, I was just reviewing the previous, you know, live show and just going over it to see how the sound is and, you know, what I can, you know, moving around equipment and stuff, you know. I'm a little bit limited in regards to what I have, but I just wanted the sound to be better. That's all I was doing. I didn't even think you were even gonna come on.
It's such a sore subject because I don't think it's right to force, genders on children at 3 and 1 years old in hopes of winning fame and fortune. It's just kind of crazy. I don't agree with it, but I'm in love with her. I have to be on board with it. Oh, I'm in her corner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, if you love her, then do what you got to do, but you also got to do what is good for you, though, too, brother. You know what I mean?
And the kids, too. Even though they're not mine, I look at them as my own kids.
Right.
We get to be intimate together for several months.
Oh, wait a minute. We have a caller. Oh, no. Oh, Lord. Please don't. Okay. Caller, last 4 1629.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, this is Heather, Sapphire Envy.
Hi, Heather. How are you doing today, baby?
Hey, darling. How are you?
To be honest, not that good.
Are you upset with me?
Well, I just want to know why people are talking about me and my kids.
Well, your future husband, because he wants to marry you, who called in to a live show.
I talked about it, but he's very evasive on that subject.
Called in. We were talking about puberty blockers, and he called into my show earlier today. And basically, I was doing a run back to check the sound and my equipment and everything. So, but you know, I'm giving you, Miss Sapphire, you have a right to state how you feel. No one meant to disrespect you. Nobody disrespected your kids or anything like that.
I appreciate that, Miss NicoleReloaded. I really do. When my husband was calling, that's probably when I was at work. I work at Domino's. I make pizza. I work hard for my kids. I also clean houses on the side with my future husband's mother. And, we've been through a lot. I don't know if y'all know this. I'm still married. I married a woman, but she's got one of my kids, and she won't let me see my kid because I'm with Cyrax. But I'm trying to get that baby back because, we never consummated the marriage. Like, me and...
Wait. Hold on, Sapphire.
Jessica never had sex. So
What? Wait, what?
It's a lot, Nicole. It's a lot.
Are you guys messing with me? Are y'all telling the truth?
We are being dead serious here, Nicole.
Oh, I wasn't lie about this. I got sent this ride. I was told to call in. Like, my life and my children being talked about. Now, I didn't judge you because I'm not a judgmental person, so I wanted to call and, get to know you and figure out what was going on. But,
right.
Publicly.
Nicole takes exception to us forcing Leah to take hormones and raising a child with male genitalia as a woman to ultimately fight as a woman and win money, prizes,
have a baby and, the baby already knows what it wants to be in life, why not capitalize on that? If it was an artist, I would buy it paint supplies. Right. But it's a fighter. I don't see what the problem is.
Oh, Lord.
The issue is gender dysmorphia, and I have some trepidation and reluctance considering that Heather has ran around with a cross-dresser at crack cocaine hotels with the baby. And
I did it once, and then another time when I had to. Okay? Life is easy for me.
I'm just y'all be careful what y'all say due to the are you really, are you crying?
I'm trying not to.
Why are you crying?
Just wants that money so freaking bad, Nicole. It's our way out of this one horse town. So bad.
Don't cry. Please don't cry.
Oh, Nicole, I'm really trying not to grow up. I hate my but I just feel a piece of work. This pizza's so good. About to eat it, girl.
You did, Nicole, by bringing up her kids. Why can't you just leave her kids out of your mouth?
Well, I mean, Chance was defending the kids. He said that people online was messing, disrespecting the kids, and Chance, stood up and said, don't mess with my children.
Well, he's very protective of
My children out of your mouth.
I gotta tell this to people so much online.
Where are you from, Sapphire?
From Georgia. But I'm in Ohio right now.
You live in Akron at your mother's house.
Yes, and?
Oh.
You guys be nice.
This baby, I listen,
Y'all be nice to each other now.
She'll kick me and bite me and spit at me.
Okay, yeah. Well, Sapphire, wait, let me ask you this. Why do you be kicking Chance and spitting, that's not nice.
Oh, to be honest, I'm a big woman, okay? And Chance,
I told her that you dwarfed me, and I just have regret.
well, I appreciate that, Chance. Thank you. Now I'm stressing.
I mean, even though I'm 4'11" and 90 pounds, I don't feel that I should be your punching bag.
Well, you look like one considering you have those shoulders.
You know you talking to me here, Nicole?
What do you mean he doesn't have any shoulders?
He doesn't have any shoulders, Nicole. Shit, girl.
Girl, shut up.
I swear,
The man got shoulders. Y'all playing with me? She said, "Girl, you don't got no."
Did you see my picture? Did you see my picture?
Wait, are you on Instagram? Why y'all fucking with me? This shit is hilarious. Y'all got a screenplay, right?
Nicole, he's a awesome person. It ain't funny. This is my life, okay? I work at Domino's.
Why are you delighting in my suffering?
No, I'm not delighting. I mean, she said, but he has to have. Wait a minute. He has to have shoulders.
Right around with your mother?
I mean, he has to have shoulders, though, Sapphire.
All right. This is kind of a weak moment.
Nicole, thank you for giving us the platform to talk, because I've really needed to vent about him for a while.
You don't have a channel, babe?
I do. It's Sapphire Envy. You can look me up on YouTube.
Let me see.
It's also Butterfly Love as well. It's her most recent.
Yep.
It's also Butterfly Love. You'll see the two of us oftentimes at odds with one another.
Oh, I didn't know K-Love was in here.
Girl, we look like the number 10 when we sit together, girl.
Your daddy. y'all team too much.
Look us up. Chance Wilkins in Akron, Ohio. All right, on Facebook.
Are you Arkin Rap Superstar?
Yes, that is me.
Hey.
Superstar is probably putting it.
He's been signed to several labels. If you look up Cyrax on YouTube, you'll see a bunch of his music and stuff, and then also videos where he's been dropped by record labels.
What happened to your
Unmanageable.
what happened to your teeth, Chance?
You know,
My teeth?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of unfortunate, but I was a byproduct of rape, and I was.
Oh Lord! Every time y'all open, y'all just get so deep in regards to the things y'all experiencing.
Well, we're YouTube. We live stream. We share our lives, and we get donations to talk to people and share our lives and chance raps for people. And but I've had it, Nicole, blacklisted a couple days ago. Someone on the internet wanted to fight my boyfriend. And my boyfriend took him up on that offer. Now, I thought he was going to fight, okay? For me and for my fucking kids. Use my language, I said it. But instead, he calls the cops. I wrangle his mother up and I tell her, this is for my kids. So we all get in the car looking for this man who wanted to fight us. We go to the park. There's video of it.
Of y'all fighting at the park?
No.
Well, it didn't get that far.
Because, yeah, tell her why. Tell her why. Tell her why.
Okay, there's this guy, Juggalo John, on the internet, who's been making my life a living heck. All right?
To Juggalo John.
Correct. And he's just been running his mouth. He won't leave my kid's name out of his mouth. And enough was enough. Right? But again, I'm just a small guy, big wrist. You know, I'm 4'11", 90 pounds, and I might have bitten off more than I could chew. I'll be honest. I might have got myself.
What'd you do, Chance? Just tell her.
Chance, what did you do?
Beaten up by local bullies, late middle school students and early high school students, and it's just, you know, it's getting to be a real problem. I seen this. He called the cops, Nicole. Called the cops. He acted like he wanted to fight him, and then the cops show up to our house. You don't want to say he's embarrassed, but I had to save face to get in the car with his mother so we could drive around acting like we were looking for him, just so the internet wouldn't treat us like crap. Now we look like cop callers. It's our civic duty to protect ourselves.
Yes, it is.
Sometimes law enforcement duty, Nicole. Now it's civic duty. Do you want a man who calls cops?
Only if it's warranted.
Right, but it wasn't. This guy Juggalo John has a Goldberg tattoo. He ain't that tough.
Lord Jesus. Well, are you gonna marry Chance Sapphire?
No, I do love him. I do love him.
What is it that you love about me?
Oh, Jesus.
Is it that hard? I can tell you what I love about you.
Okay, you go first.
Okay, you're a full-figured lady. You're a Southern belle. I love your book, even though I didn't really approve of the co-author, or that you're spending time with them at crack cocaine motels.
Wait, what?
Oh, thank you. Just south down the river on Southern Belle and Crack Cocaine Hotel. Okay. I needed to go there for inspiration. I read about this man on the internet who's a writer, and he drank a lot and stayed in hotels. So I liked William S. Burroughs. So I went and lived that life for a little bit to stay inspired for my kids.
But it's a dangerous path with the degenerate. The guy sounds like a clear sicko.
Oh, God.
How did you guys find my channel? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh, that's a great question. My sister's name is Nicole, and she also likes the live stream, so I'll type her name in, and it just came up.
Wow.
And also, given her fondness for this transgender co-author, I've been doing a little research.
Do you know somebody named Marty?
Marty.
Oh, I do. That's music business, Marty. I've
Why do you say
own
that?
chance in all of his music. I've talked on it several times. The evil being. I hate
How do you know Marty?
you. know how I know Marty.
I'm wondering how she knows Marty.
No, I'm talking about Marty. Marty on YouTube.
How do you know him?
He came on my channel.
Oh, did he?
Was he talking about me and my kids?
No, he wasn't talking about you or your kids. Him and his wife came and visited my channel. His wife is really sweet.
I hate her, but she is sweet.
What do you don't say that. That's not nice.
I know, it's just sometimes I get so frustrated by the internet, and she is really pretty. I'd like to lose some weight, but like I said, I eat my feelings. I work at Domino's, and I don't have a lot of money, so I
Can
eat
you
the
send
leftover pizza.
Can you send me a pizza?
Girl, yeah, this pizza good, baby. This pizza good, y'all. Well,
Girl, send me
what's the easy?
two.
It ain't
Give
that
me
bad.
give me
I get a lot
two
of dough on me.
two double pepperoni with the fettuccine sauce, and then hook me up with some chicken wings and some garlic knots with extra butter and garlic sauce on it.
Ooh, girl, now you talking my language. I love them goddamn garlic knots. Ooh, and all the
Them
butter. I get naked and roll in it.
girl. Y'all is a Sapphire said she will roll in it.
Yes,
Wait, Chopper Doll, you have my email wrong, sis. It's NicoleS reloaded at gmail.com. That's why I haven't been receiving y'all emails. Y'all not adding the S in there. It's Nicole's. NicoleS reloaded at gmail.com. Chance, how old are you?
I'm 29.
How old are you, Sapphire?
31.
How old, if you don't mind me asking, how old are the kids?
3 and 1.
I love my kids.
3 and 1.
Yeah, Leah Mari is 3.
How you doing, ST?
I'll be honest, I don't have any biological kids with Chance.
Y'all trolling me, but I'ma roll with it. This is funny. Go ahead.
Okay, so that's not fun for me anymore, Nicole. You have a great evening.
Oh, wait, Marty, you mad?
You're really the only person in this conference.
Well, you see they hung up on me. Hold on, y'all. I didn't mean to disrespect y'all, but I'm like, you told me earlier that the kids were older kids. They were going to be in the WE. So how are the kids 3 and 1 years old? It doesn't match up with the previous story. I think that is hey, they got their story together pretty good. Y'all gonna, if y'all really tell, Okay, Chopper Doll said, ask her to talk about her kids and why she is so supportive of her kids. That's what the topic is. They hung up on me. Wait, yeah, they hung up. I don't know. I'm getting a couple of messages. They feel like y'all trolling, that y'all trolling. I mean, hey, it is what it is. If you got kids and I don't know. Hold on, y'all. Shit. Well, I hope that they get married. That's what they want to do. Lord Jesus. Girl, shut up.
Probably basically have a nice look. Your skin will be even better because you're basically not developing. You're not losing, atoms and stuff in your body.
Well, let me ask you.
Well, they give it to people our age to stop us. It'll be like a time saver for someone that's, let's say, in their 30s or 40s. I don't know.
Those options are not out there. They just basically.
Yeah, girl, ain't nobody trying to be.
Stuff it's all starting to come out. I'm pretty sure that eventually it's going to become a thing and people are going to start using those.
Right, the hell with Botox.
Well, hold on. Let me speak. Let me ask you a question.
Because, see, I think now that I came on here, you guys are able to understand.
Right.
What the procedure is, because the whole thing that I was hearing earlier was just like, oh no, this is wrong, why would you parents do this? And it's not really that it's wrong, it's basically you're allowing your child to grow up as a child and not develop so early.
That's, what, can you please hit me up on Instagram and send me some articles?
That's a different way of looking at it.
Can you send me some articles?
Oh, I will.
I really want to know about, I have 4 daughters, babe. I have 4 daughters.
You know, I have one that's 22, one that's 20, one that's 17, and my baby girl that's 7. You know, so I'm still learning. If I don't know, I can't, grow. I want to really understand that because one of my daughters is dealing with severe identity issues. So
All that your daughter needs is for you to be supportive.
I do love on her, but I'm not gonna agree. It has nothing to do with their sexuality, just basically being acting out and being disrespectful and not being responsible and being a spoiled little brat. And you're
That's just a thing that everybody goes through because I'm pretty sure that most teenagers go through that stage, and that's something of life.
Yeah. Well, I'm still learning. I mean, I love you. I'm wrapping my arms around you. I really do. To know that you've been in the bushes, you don't know how how much that makes me feel so good. And I've been saying this for a long time. I'm like, y'all don't know who's watching. Tara told me that. Because I was just gonna not delete my channel, but just kind of leave it a ghost town. But these conversations are really, really important. And to have you a part of this makes me feel really good because that was my true desire to have someone that would call in that was actually transgender to give us an opinion on what they really feel, how they feel, and how what your experience is. I really appreciate that. Is there anything that you would love to say to share?
Yeah, I would also like to talk about that thing about the gentleman that called earlier about
Go ahead, you have the floor, baby.
the
Go ahead.
child. Basically, this person is going through a transition where they're taking hormones as an adult, and they're taking hormones. You are unfertile because you signed a contract with the.
Now you see, Chopper Doll, that's the reason why I'm reviewing this call. Okay? When Chance called in earlier, Chance said that those kids were older children. So what got them busted was when they said the children were 3 and 1. So I mean they got their stories together. They're trolling like a motherfucker. But you know, this caller was legit.
Doctor that gives you the hormone that tells you there that you are unfertile, you are not able to have any children. So if he claims that this person is a transsexual or is in the process of transitioning and taking hormones, they can't have children. So it's not their child. Or maybe this person is not a transsexual, he's a drag queen or he's a cross-dresser.
Well, but did you hear though how Chance said that? I kind of felt like Chance was kind of stating that part of his daughter transitioning, it was male to female, right?
Oh, I didn't really hear his conversation because I was on the line dialing and it was
okay. Tara, wasn't it male to female? To where part of it sounded like it was about what he wanted because what he went through as the father when he was a child. Like, that he wants his daughter to, complete all of these amazing goals and that it gives her an advantage. I thought that was very unique.
Life is really hard. During the time with my whole transition and everything, it was very hard for me to even get a job. I went to the point as in working on the street because nobody would give me a job.
I've heard about that, sis.
I got pulled over by the police, and you hear all these police officers saying that they don't like gays and all this stuff. I had a whole bunch of police officers that would tell me to give them, oral sex, and that they would let me go, to let them penetrate me because, they would let me go. All these different scenarios happened to me growing up. I had gotten a job as a flight attendant for Continental Airlines. Younger. I went through the whole interview. I flew all the way to Houston, Texas for the interview. I passed everything. Once I submitted my passport, they called me in and they told me that they could not offer me the job because of the way that I was. Even
Oh my God.
Customer service, I had the best interview and everything. They told me no because it's against the law in some countries for me to go into them because I'm basically an imposter.
Are you serious? That breaks my heart. Let me tell you something. My sister, I was, as a female, I was, I was raped by a police officer in 2001. And that officer took advantage of me. He put his fingers in unknown places. He thought it was funny. He videotaped it when I tried to tell on this individual. He's dead now. You know, I had nothing to do with it, but he kept messing. What he would do is pull over, find women, pull them over. He would, like, I guess, run the plates and figure out if they had a husband, if the husband was locked up. And he would say, I would get rid of your tickets if you have sex with me or give me oral sex or, you know, anal sex or whatever. And when I tried to tell on him, he put other charges against me. They put me in a room and said, just go ahead and, you know, let it go or it's going to get worse. And it caused me to have fear, which I still deal with in regards to driving.
Well, I'm in the same boat with you. I got molested by a Ram Park police officer in downtown LA. I was 17 years old and I had gone to a house party. We were leaving and we got arrested because they were having a raid at the park and we were parked across the street where the park was at. And I got taken into the police station and the sergeant wanted to frisk me because I had already, you know, basically had signed off on my hormones, so I was already developing my breast and he wanted to fondle my breast. Took me into his office and he fondled me and he turned around and he jerked off on me.
Oh my God.
And after that, I had to go to court. They were trying to cite me so that I wouldn't be in any public area, any park or anything like that. And I had a friend that was gay and he was an attorney and I told him exactly what had happened. So we went to trial and the state of California dropped all charges on me.
Sis, I didn't get charges dropped on me. It fucked me up.
I think the difference was because I was a minor and because it was the sergeant that was molesting me. And I couldn't proceed with any other things.
Right.
But just to drop it myself.
And let me tell you this, babe. God forgive me, I'm not, you know, like that. But when I seen that he was on the news and in the same kind of situation what he did to me, because I told him, I said, you keep doing this to somebody, somebody's going to, you know, end up injuring you severely. And what he did is he went to this woman's house thinking that he was about to get some and saying, if you don't pay your tickets, I'm going to take you to jail. And I guess he didn't get the call in time, but her crazy ex-husband, her husband got out of jail. And it was a whole shootout or whatever. And I had a guy come and tell me, he was like, you can drive again. Like, I would get so afraid, sis, when I would try to drive, to where I would shake so bad to where I couldn't even control the vehicle. Like, fear. Like, even talking to an officer, I would just get so, so afraid. For years, I suffered through that. And it took a lot of part of my life away, affected my relationship with my kids and everything. So that's one of the reasons why I try to come on, is to talk about my experiences and hear other people's experiences and come together. So unification and not separation, you know, so we can have an understanding. I would love for you to call in as much as you want to in regards to topics that we discuss. You know, you family over here now, sis. So don't run too far.
All that I wanted everybody to understand, and I would really like people to think about before they start judging a person about them being the way that they are. Try to think about if you had a child and your child was sitting in that situation, and the same hate that you put towards that person, can you you imagine putting that hate towards
Right.
people need to understand, you know, the whole situation right now that's going on in some of the states about the bathroom thing, you know, about not letting transgenders go into bathrooms, stuff like that. A transgender does not want to sleep with a woman. Second of all, when you're on hormones, you don't even get erected. Why? Because the hormones block that. You're unfertile and you're unable to make children. No woman's going to turn you on when you're on hormones. If not, don't you think T.S. Madison would have a baby by now with some woman by now?
Right.
I mean, don't you think that she would want to be a parent to a child? You know, I would want to be a parent, but I can't have children. And I never turned around and thought about the whole situation because before I did my whole transition, there wasn't that avenue available to being able to save your sperm and freezing it, and then later on.
Well, I'm glad you said that. I was going to ask you that. Is there something at least that could be put in place with the doctors or something to where the sperm could be saved, the eggs of the female could be saved, so you can, you know what I'm saying, as a transgender can be able to reproduce? That's my biggest issue with that.
Now there is. There wasn't during the time that my transition happened, because my transition happened in 97.
Okay.
So all that stuff just happened recently, where you're able to freeze your eggs and you're able to freeze your sperm, and you just basically have to find somebody later on to carry a child for you. And those options are now available. They were not available during my time, and I'm pretty sure they weren't available during T.S. Madison's time.
Wow.
As
you
I
know
said,
what?
Her and I, we will never be able to know how it is to have a child.
That breaks my heart.
That loving thing that you guys have. You know?
That breaks my heart though, babe.
Did you not know that when you first got your transition, like went through whatever you were going through to have your transition?
Yes, I knew that, but see, at that time, I didn't really care for it. And now that I'm older and I have brothers and sisters and I see them with their children, I look at it and I just like, you know what, I miss that part of my life. But the thing is,
you don't feel fulfilled in that way.
Yeah, I won't be fulfilled in that way, but I can tell you that the way that I look now, I love it. I feel like this is the person I was supposed to be. The other person that was there was a child that was in a cage that couldn't do anything because I was always judged for everything. I mean, I played basketball, I played football, but I love to play Barbie.
Okay.
I love to put on my grandmother's clothes. My grandmother would always be like, "Why are you wearing my heels around the house?" Because I like them, Grandma. I love your fashion. I love
See, that's what, you know what, I'm glad that you mentioned that enough. Because that was one of the questions that, if you noticed, we had Remy on earlier. I asked Remy that because Remy is a gay male. He's not transgender, but he's a gay male. And I asked him prior to our conversation on here, what made him decide to be gay, pretty much.
Yeah.
And he gave me his answer, and I would just like to run that by you. Is it the reason that you wanted to be gay is because you looked up to your female counterparts or whatever, or like just to play in the makeup or put on the clothes? What made you say on whatever day you said you were gay? What made you make that decision? Like, come to that turn.
I can tell you that when I was growing up, I remember I was in kindergarten. I had always liked to play with Barbies. I always liked to play with makeup. I would put on my grandma's clothes, and you know, for them it was just more of a oh, he's playing, you know, whatever. But then when I went into kindergarten, I remember I was always attracted to boys. I always liked boys, and I always played with the girls, and they were always my best friends. I go anywhere I want, and I can always have female best friends than male best friends.
Well, let me ask you.
And that comes back to an earlier topic that I brought up. I was stating that, you know, it's not a decision that the parents should be making when it comes down to because this was saying, you know, sometimes that people, parents like to have certain what little boys do when it comes down to, that's from my opinion, I don't think it's what little boys do when it comes down to them being gay. I don't think they come up on and say, hey, I want to go touch a man's feet. I don't think any of that. I think that it's something that stems from the adults that they're around.
But Tara.
And if I'm around my son with my boobs hanging out all the time, or I'm around my son kissing on guys, or I'm around my son putting my makeup on in the mirror, looking for him to say how pretty I am, don't you think one day, if you get all this attention, he would want that same attention as well? I mean, is that something that'll continue? Would you agree with that?
I don't really know because I never really watched my grandma putting on her makeup or any of that stuff. You know, I did have an older sister, and her and I were always close. So you know, I always did everything with her and I. You know.
Okay, so either way, it was a pattern that you.
But let me say something, ladies. Can I say something, please? Can I say something?
Oh yeah, you can have it right.
Okay. First off, a person that is transgender is not automatically supposed to be considered as being gay, right?
Yeah.
That's something that's also being missed. A person that transgender, male to female, female to male, or whatever, they, you know, she wants to be with a man. She wants to have, if she could, have children. There's a lot of let me speak, sis, please. There's a lot of transgender male to female. They don't want to date gay men. They want to be with heterosexual. They want to be with heterosexual men. They don't. It's not a sexuality thing. Like it's a very. I don't know. Let me know if I'm wrong, sis. I'm trying to learn. I've been doing some research, so if I'm wrong, let me know. Go ahead.
Okay, sort of like the whole thing with Nikki tutorials about her not telling her boyfriend that she was who she was, basically. Is that like what the question is?
Okay.
Because she didn't want to date no gay men. She liked straight men.
Right.
Like.
Mhm.
It's the whole thing because most women that are transsexual that are not considered to be street workers that are on hormones, because most women that are street workers, they're not on hormones because they need to be able to fulfill the needs of their customers, because a lot of the men out there that call themselves straight basically will hire certain girls that have male features because they know that they have a penis that works and the men want to get penetrated. So they will turn around and basically go for those. Girls that are on hormones, they basically don't function in that way. And those girls don't want to be penetrating no men. They want a real man, a man that, you know, looks at them as a woman. Because living a life as a transgender, you don't turn around and go and wash your face off and you're going to look like a man. You basically have had work done on your face that you still look like a woman. I mean, we are not women because we are not. We just are categorized as them because we love the way that a woman looks. We like their body feature. That's what we want to have. I will never call myself a woman because I will never know what it feels to carry a child. I will never know how it feels to have a period.
Girl, you don't want to know how it feels to have a period, honey.
I respect every single woman, and trust me, every single transgender does respect and love every woman. The only thing is, all we want is to be accepted as human. We want to love you guys, and we want you guys to love us too. We're not trying to take your husband. We're not trying to we just want to be accepted in society.
And you deserve to be accepted in society. Now, sis, I'm going to shoot you a question for me. Okay. This is going to be a little hard, but I'm going to give y'all some tea. I've been struggling with my sexuality as in a sense of me being asexual. You know the definition of that?
Can explain it if you like.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look up the definition because somebody told me, okay, Mona said she thinks I'm asexual. But anyway, I believe that I am attracted to, unconsciously attracted to gay men. Not intentionally. How do you end up falling in love?
It's normal because I have a lot of women that are lesbians that are attracted to me.
Mm-hmm. It's not like I'm out seeking. I'm just saying, I found out that my exes are bisexual. I mean, does that mean that I like gay men or something?
Can I say something? Can I say something, you guys? I don't want to cut y'all off, but my thing is this. When it comes down to that, we are female first.
I know, sis. You know how I feel about that because you know I'm confused about that.
Attracted to gay men. They are men to us. Period. Even if they're in dresses, even if they're put like right now, anonymous, it's sexy as fucking hell to me. I use my language, but for real.
Right, I get what you're saying.
Or her voice is still attractive to me. So at the end of the day, not to say sexually attracted, but me knowing that I'm talking to a guy, excuse me, anonymous, but on some real stuff, even though you identify as a girl, you're still attractive to me. And I haven't even saw you. So I just think it comes with the territory of us being a female. We're just attracted to the opposite sex. It just is what it is. I don't think that has nothing to do with a pansexual or anything. And I think it's the same way with guys. I don't care what type of...
We got another caller too. Hold on really quick.
Okay.
Let me read the
category they put themselves in. Some kind of way they're going to be attracted to us. I don't care if it's what we do, our hair, the way it might just be the clothes we wear. It doesn't matter. The car we drive. Some kind of way they're going to be attracted to us.
Well, let me read this. Mama, you still there?
Yep.
Okay, let me read to you what it says. It says asexual is, the lack of sexual attraction to others or low or absent interest in or desire for sexual activity. It may be considered a sexual orientation or the lack of therefore. It also may be categorized more widely to include a broad spectrum of asexuality subsidies. Okay, because people ask me, like, I've been celibate for three years. And I'm only well, it's going on 4, but I just want to keep it at 3. Okay, it still works, sis. But the thing is, but I don't masturbate. I don't do that kind of stuff. Because if I start playing with my oochie woochie and start pinching on my nipple wipples, I'm gonna want to go get me some dicky and get dicked on, okay? And I like to be a freak in the bedroom. I want to be able to, hum on some balls and, smack the nigga and sit on his face. But I can't do that with a man I don't know. Hold on, baby. Restrict the caller, no profanity. Go ahead and go. Speak your piece.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello, how are you doing? Where you calling from, baby?
Street white supremacist wrestling. White supremacist.
What?
I'm a gay white supremacist.
You're a gay white supremacist?
Yes. She said 2 sweet voices are coming at her at one time, but she's a gay white supremacist.
You're a gay. Why do you sound like you're black?
You're cracking up. Your mic is cracked.
Hold on, Tara. I'm gonna put you on mute, and I'm gonna keep. Hold on, sis. I'm gonna put myself on mute. Okay, go ahead.
You're a what?
My dad's trying to suck me.
All right, bye. Anyway. That was a troll. No, we don't do that over here. That would get that would get me flagged and blocked. Like, you're not serious. Don't call it with that. Okay? I've already told y'all, disrespectful mother foes, that the FBI is watching, so keep playing. When they come and look for you and your daddy, whatever. Go ahead, sis, and finish what you were saying, mama.
Oh, girl, I forgot.
Girl, what the hell was that, sis? I'm done. Well, let me ask you, babe, what's your zodiac sign? I'm trying to figure out, like, girl, that was an ignorant Negro. That's what that was. Girl, ain't nobody got time for that.
We have one thing about it. This is an open platform. You're entitled to speak your piece. But if you call here with that nonsense, you will be hung up on.
Yeah, you will get hung up on it. You will get blocked. Okay? Shout out to Block Nation. Okay?
And shout out to our anonymous caller.
Yeah, I want people to when they call in, when you call in, I don't write people's numbers down, sis. I don't do none of that. Like, I don't, it's just too much. But I want this platform to grow. And you really inspired me today, sis. Can I ask you a question? What is your zodiac sign?
What's my zodiac sign? I'm a Virgo.
I knew you was going to say you was a Virgo. I knew it. Girl, you're going to have to teach me how to deal with my daughter with her mouth. Okay, we got Anonymous. Don't hang up, babe. Anonymous 2, don't get hung up on. Speak your piece.
I'm sorry about that.
What's wrong with you?
Is this the same caller?
Yes, it is. You got 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry about that.
Okay, you're plenty clearer. I'm going to mute myself.
Have you heard about Jimmy's Rocket Ministries?
Excuse me?
Jimmy's Rocket Ministries, like some type of satanic ministry that's located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And so they scam people, like scam older people out of their money, and then like swindle old men and women out of their money as well. And they also do satanic rituals as well. And I've already exposed them. I've been exposing them for like 2 years now, almost 2 years.
Okay, so... All right, so you want to expose a ministry?
I have quite a because my girlfriend broke up with me due to the fact that, I'm gay.
Okay.
I'm a gay white supremacist.
Okay, so a supremacist means that you're racist, correct? That you don't like minorities?
Yes.
Okay, what? He, she, we, right?
He, she, we, but there's a big difference because Clay Monroe does not want to have a sex change, does not want nothing to do with that kind of stuff, because if Clay Monroe was a transsexual, he would have not been able to have children.
Wait a minute, see? You know we're going to have to do a part 2. Are you,
Let me just say they, because that's what the name is. It's called they.
What do you mean?
Father any children, because as you can tell, he's still able to have children, so that means he is still they. No, he's not on hormones. They are not on hormones. can't say. That they thing is just so hard for me because I don't see him as a transgender. I see him as a...
No. Okay, Tara got disconnected. I was whispering. I'm sorry. No, Tara got disconnected from the calling line. But go ahead about Flame Monroe.
Yeah, the whole situation with him, his comments and stuff like that. I understand that, you know, during the day he wants to live his life as a man, or they want to live their life as a man, and at night he transforms to do entertainment. There's a big difference between drag queens. There's a big difference between gay men, because a lot of gay men do not accept transgenders. They don't agree with their lifestyles. They don't agree with the whole situation of them wanting to transform themselves looking like a woman.
Hold on, sis. We got a caller. Caller, last four is 7758. No cursing. Speak your piece.
You loved it when I riveted him how he screamed. Just let it flow, let it flow.
You're retarded.
Don't say that, nigga. Don't pull on. Just hang up.
I know I did. I'm trying to. Restricted. You ready to get blocked?
Calling from Springfield. I got an 8-inch Compton.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ. Knowing darn well he...
Angles. I see I got my coffee. This morning I'm on a diet, so I'm having some smokeless, some skinless smoked sausage. And I got some hash browns in my toaster oven because in Atlanta on Sunday I'll be there supporting the girls and screaming and yelling and having a good time. And then Columbus, Georgia, I'm coming to what is it, the Big 5 sports room out there in Columbus, Georgia on Tuesday with Doodle Brown. You know who y'all need to be angry with, black folks, though? Y'all need to be angry with James Meeks, Larry Trotter, and that governor have set y'all up. Ooh, that governor in Illinois ain't playing no games with people in Illinois. You know who y'all need to be angry with, black folks, though? Y'all need to be angry with James Meeks, Larry Trotter, and Corey Brooks, the 3 black preachers who pushed him because he made all these false promises because they must have had their hand in the kitty. And he ain't did shit for y'all. He cut off the babysitting checks. He fucked with the daycare. Now he's messing with the nursing checks. If you got like a nurse that comes to your house. Now he been messing with the lottery. Now if you win anything over $600 in the state of Illinois, you have to wait to hopefully get paid. Child, please, that's a mess. That governor, y'all need to impeach him and get his ass up out of there while they trying to attack Obama. Get him up out of there. The next question is, we have to talk about, oh, God, what this girl asked me? Oh, I don't even want to bring up the subject. But the question was asked, and so I'm going to answer to the best of my ability. And the question is, just about trans men and trans women dating each other. I don't understand the big issue with that. Realistically, holistically, it's a regular couple. They look different, but she's screwing him. Or, he's screwing her. So the trans woman is screwing the trans man if they have a relationship. And they might, switch up sometimes and strap up and do some extras. But realistically, they're not. Realistically, the transgender woman is laying the pipe down to the trans man, which I think is sexy. I think it's hot. Anybody that lay pipe, I think is hot. They got the new terminology about these feminine tops they call blouses. It must be a blouse with rhinestones. So, and even the most...
So when I met you, you had to fix your breasts.
Yes, the left breast was gangbanging.
Yeah, it was leaning. Yeah, it was leaning. It was leaning. And
it was leaning.
That was some transparency, and I was like, how they going? Let me, Dr. Terry DeBro and Nassif.
I love you, Dr. DeBro. And Dr. Nassif. Yes.
Yeah, and I knew Nassif from the Beverly Hills Housewives franchise because he was married to Maloof.
Just like you do, and do what I'm supposed to do.
Okay.
But we're going to go into depth in that. It was just the way you brought it to me. I am so comfortable in this skin and being who I am. I've known who I was since I was 8 years old. I am so comfortable being me, and I always wanted a family. I always wanted my own children. Realistically, one, but it didn't fall in that order, so we got caught up with 3.
What happened though?
My rhythm method was off. My pullout game ain't shit.
Yeah, again, so I want to ask medical questions. And I'm like, is that appropriate nowadays?
Listen to
My
me.
first question was
This is Flame Monroe. I am not on the tranny bandwagon. I love my sisters. I support my sisters when they write. But you talking to me, and if you ain't scared to ask it, I ain't scared to answer.
Okay, so my question was C-section, or are you saying you put it?
No.
So you birthed somebody else.
I am still genitalia a man. I still have. I still
you
got
said birth the kid, and then I was just like, I was off. And then I was like, this is a hermaphrodite situation? Again, I'm confused.
Let me apologize. I did ask the question incorrectly because I didn't want to be offensive, right? So
this is me. You
I know, but I'm just meeting you for the first time, Flame. So I want to be respectful.
I'm giving you the pass.
Okay, so when your dick is I'm just playing. About your dick.
Hey, this seems to be the topic of discussion these last couple of meetings.
People are fascinated because you are anatomically.
Yes.
And you talk in your comedy about how big it is.
Well,
you do.
It's a joke, but it's not a joke, but it's a joke. I say it in a joking manner, but promise you, if I laid it on the table, it's not a joke. Which is why I never decided to change anything about me. Plus, I was very comfortable in being who I am. So my children, when they were born, this is exactly who I was. They were conceived, I was like this. And I lived as a woman before they got here. So in order to give my children as normal life as possible, what society considers normal, I don't dress up in drag when I go to school. And I don't dress up in drag when their friends are around. I dress up for work. And so my children understand that. But I've always been dad. I have a 16-year-old son that's being courted by MIT for a full ride. I will never lose the respect of my son as his father. I don't care how much titties I got in big old booty and how many wigs I wear. I am still his dad. And when he crosses the line, I say, nigga, who you talking to? He immediately shuts it down because he know Marcus done showed up. Flame ain't here no more.
And Marcus will punch you in your chest.
Whoop his ass.
That's right.
And my daughters love their dad. They adore me because I'm me, and I teach my children, you live your life. Be happy with who you are. You cannot be you can't be apologetic. You can't make excuses. Excuses to me is like a nigga on his way to jail. My kids know that. I say that every day. Don't give me no excuses. Don't bring me no B's and C's up in here. It's like a nigga on his way to jail. So they know exactly who I am. If people had more sense of self and were so comfortable with who they were, I'm telling you, we would be a smooth world. We would be a smooth, easy world.
I respect it, man. It's that confidence and respecting who you are.
That's my hustle. The man in me been pimping the woman in me for 25 years.
Knowing darn well he got a 2. You know darn well.
It's been 3 years,
Girl, you know he got a little 2-incher, okay? Look, no hate, but you non-circumcised men, okay, that got sexual mental problems, don't call in here. Call your therapist. Seriously, they all suffer from the bullying complex. I'm telling you. But anyway, baby, go ahead.
Was swollen, and I said to myself, I'm in so much pain, there's no way when the doctor calls my name, I'm going to be able to go walk with him out of this waiting room. So I looked outside the waiting room, and there was a wheelchair. I said, I have to get in it. So I just simply got up out of the chair, stepped just like 3 feet out of the waiting room, and got into the wheelchair. But when I turned around and looked back in the waiting room where I was sitting, all of a sudden appeared before my face a little old woman and a little old man. So as I'm sitting in the wheelchair, I'm thinking to myself, and I glanced down at my body, and I said, look at me. I said, where did I get to this point in my life? I said, I hate my life. My life is nothing but doing drugs, prostitution. I don't like myself. How did I get to this point? How did I end up with breast implants? I looked down at myself, I said, how did I end up with all this stuff? Why do I have all this confusion in my mind? And I was just wanting someone to love me. And when I looked in that waiting room and I saw this little old woman and little old man, when I looked at him, it was just like something, I just knew that they had such love and concern for me. I don't know how I knew it, but I knew it. And that little old woman came over and put her hand on my shoulder and she said, honey, do you know Jesus? And at that point in time in my life, I lied to her. I said, oh yeah, I know him well. I had no clue who he was. So I saw the doctor. The doctor released me from the hospital. And I lived alone at the time, but when I got to my apartment, everywhere in my apartment, I kept hearing a voice. I'd go to my bathroom and all of a sudden I'd hear this voice saying, do you know Jesus? I'd run to the kitchen to get away from this voice, and then I'd hear a voice in the kitchen say, do you know Jesus? I'd run to the bedroom thinking I'm getting away from this voice. Do you know Jesus? And do you know this went on for a period of a week? I was that stubborn. I didn't even answer this voice. And then after a week later, I was so aggravated, I didn't want to hear this voice anymore. Because I didn't know who it was. You see, every day I was used to just getting up. I had to be at a methadone clinic by 7:30 in the morning to drink my methadone. Then I'd come home and doll myself up, only to walk the streets or turn a trick. I wanted to get away from this voice because I couldn't do my daily routine because of this voice that I kept hearing. And then finally one day I just yelled at this voice and I didn't know it was God. I said, well, you're aggravating me. I said, I can't do anything because you keep asking me this question, do I know Jesus? So I said to this voice that I was hearing, I said, this is what I'll do. I'll turn the Christian TV on and I'll learn about this Jesus. As soon as I did that, he stopped asking me that question. So one day I was sitting in my bed. All of a sudden the hand of God just came upon my right shoulder and he pulled my whole life in front of my face. There were 41 pictures. It was like the film out of a camera. And then he said, this isn't you. This is what the devil has done to you. He showed me getting a nose job done, getting rid of my beard, having my Adam's apple shaved. And when he said that to me, because I went through my life talking to God, there were times I talked to God before I even knew God. But I used to cry and say, you know, why do I feel like a girl trapped in a man's body? It was a lifelong torture for 41 years. And one day I was really angry because I wanted to feel different within. I didn't want the desires to do drugs. I didn't want the homosexual lifestyle. I didn't want the transgender identity confusion in my mind. I was really angry because I heard on TV that this Jesus changes you from within and does this and does that. Well, my heart was crying out, I want that. So I angrily said to God one day, why don't I feel any different? I want to feel different. And he was so sweet, as he is. He didn't say a word, but the next day I was making my bed, and when I tucked in the sheet and I stood up, he said, behold, all old things have passed away. You're a new creation in me. And when he said that, I just knew all the old drugs, the lifestyle, the addictions, everything was gone instantly.
Praise God.
And so it's been 14 years now that I've been delivered from that lifestyle. And the Lord just instilled in my heart a supernatural hunger to read the Word of God. And every time I get in that Bible, I'd hear God speak to me. And I was like, wow, this is so cool. It was just so amazing how he'd reveal things to me, especially show me how much he loves me. I I couldn't fathom that. I remember there was a day I just said, you mean to tell me you, the God who created billions and billions of people, I couldn't believe that he would take time out of his day to talk to somebody who thought that they were so dirty and just so bad, you know, from the prostitution and all that stuff that I had done all those years, because I thought I was too naughty, I was too bad, I thought he wanted nothing to do with me. And then, excuse me, that couldn't have been any more other than the truth. He died on the cross for me. The aftermath, the regret, after you know the truth through Jesus Christ, that's the hard part. As far as my spirit is as perfect, as pure as he is. It's this aftermath to try to live with and deal with it. It's difficult. I don't wish it upon anybody. If I could go back as a little boy and have things different, some things I would have different. Being raped, being a prostitute, I'm kind of grateful it happened to Jeffrey. It's given me a compassion to people that are prostituting, who are going through gender identity confusion. I can cry with those people. Those little boys and little girls that are being fondled by people. I have no one to talk to. I can do that. And truly have compassion in my heart. And if I could say to anybody, please get to know God. You know, he loves you. He knew you before you were in your mother's womb. I'll never forget when I was reading the Bible and it said, he knew me before I was in my mother's womb. God said, I formed your inward parts. And one day he said to me, he said, Jeffrey, I'm so pleased with you. Oh, it just melted my heart to know how much he loves me and everybody else. And the sad thing is, a lot of people don't know how much he loves them. There's so many doctrines in this world that says, do what you want, do what feels good. It's so sad. And these little children, all I can say is that's why it's important for parents to really know the truth of God's word. Because it's the truth of God's word that'll comfort you and set you free.
You look at me now, I'm back to being who God wanted me to be as a man, and it doesn't really matter what I got between my legs because no one's going to see it anyway. And I've been reading my Bible every day, and all I could hear was God saying, well, you really need to go back to being who I made you, and your story is great, but just don't do it as a girl, because you're not a girl. And I know that. It just tears me up to think that I did all this, and I was a phony, I was a fraud, but I tried pulling it off. And people just called me ma'am, and she, and her, and, you know, I had my long hair. I didn't wear much makeup. As you can see, I got lip liner, I had the eyebrows tattooed, which now I got to live this way, but it's a great testimony, and I just want to try to help someone else before they make the same mistake I did. Everybody I told I was getting a sex change and blah blah blah, they all said, "Oh, if that's what you think is right, then go ahead and do it. You know, if you feel good about it, you know, if that's what you want, go do it." And how can that happen when you're supposed to be accountable for your brothers and sisters and help them out, according to what I read? And they didn't do it. They did not do it. And to this day, they thought I was going to be a disgrace to them. That's why they didn't do anything. They just told me that, there's the door. I said, okay, you know. But I always thought I needed to be important. And that's another reason, all the tattoos and the piercings, I thought, oh, I'm going to be somebody someday. I want to be famous, you know. But now, I do want to be famous but I want to be famous for God. And I want to take everybody down the path that needs help. Please listen to this, because without the Lord, you'll have nothing. You'll have nothing. You know, He's the vine and we're the branches, and we can do nothing without Him. But the whole thing is why most people will not go to any of these things, because it's all about the embarrassment. You are so embarrassed with what you've been doing that you can't tell anybody that. And that's what I kept a secret for all those years. I couldn't tell nobody. I was too embarrassed. But you have to stop. You have to stop and get help, because destroy the life of your friends, your spouse, whoever it may be, because this is the worst thing that I think that anybody can do is get involved in the sex industry or business or whatever. It destroyed me. But praise God, I'm set free now, and I'm happy as can be. I am so happy, it's overjoyed, you know, because my life now is like over the top. I have nothing, but I have everything, if that makes sense. I have Jesus.
From 2010 to 2017, females identifying as trans skyrocketed in comparison to males. I have talked about this on my channel before, and now enough time has passed. We are finally seeing the effects of it all. Thousands of women all over the internet are now coming out, raising their voices about being detransitioned. They're making videos, they're writing articles. So why is this all happening, and why are the more woke trans activists insistent on hiding this all? Here are my thoughts. More people are coming out as trans because the meaning of what trans is has changed. At one time, transgender meant somebody that lived full-time as the opposite sex without necessarily going physically through the transition. Man to woman, woman to man. Now it's such a broad definition that every single gay and lesbian alive fits it. By the way, this is not some random source. This is the American Psychological Association. Ready for this? Transgender, an adjective that is an umbrella term used to describe the full range of people whose gender